We have Angelo.
Conference recording started.
It's 5 o'clock. Shall we start?
Absolutely.
Okay. I call the Committee on Finance and Administration to order. We will take up the following items for approval. Action item 1A is the approval of the minutes of the November 24, 2025 meeting. I move the approval of action item 1A. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any questions, any comments, any discussion? Hearing none, let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor, please so indicate. Thank you. Any opposed? Any abstentions? This matter is approved. I address action items 1B, action items B, which are the policy council calendar. Policy item 1B1 is a resolution to approve a fee for graduate courses offered to non-matriculated students through the Firestein Graduate School of Cinema at Brooklyn College. The Firestein Graduate School of Cinema operates in a state-of-the-art facility located at Steiner Studios in the Brooklyn Navy Yard. To broaden access to these resources, Brooklyn College is proposing to expand non-matriculated courses offerings at Firestein, initially focused on the summer and winter semesters. The resolution before the board seeks approval of a non-matriculation course fee of $975 per credit, effective summer of 2026. Brooklyn College Provost and Senior Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, April Bedford, and Senior Vice President of Finance Administration, Alan Gilbert, are available to provide further background on the items or to answer any questions as needed. I move the approval of policy item 1B1. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments on this matter? Seeing none, let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor, please so indicate. Any opposed? Any abstentions? This matter is approved. Policy item 1B2 is a resolution to authorize an academic excellence fee for the Master of Science in City Planning program at Baruch College. The Master of Science in City Planning program within the Mark School of Public and International Affairs is a new addition to the programs offered by Baruch College. To support and enhance this new program, Baruch College is requesting approval of an academic excellence fee of $80 per credit, dedicated exclusively to strengthening the MSCP program. Baruch College Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Linda Essig, is available to provide further information if needed. I move the approval of policy item 1B2. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion or questions? Seeing none, let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor, please so indicate. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Seeing none, this matter is approved. Policy item 1B3 is a resolution to authorize a purchase of Dell workstations, all-in-one computers and monitors for CUNY-wide deployment. The City University of New York seeks authorization to proceed with the procurement of workstations and monitors to replacing aging end-user computer equipment that has reached or exceeded its useful life and now presents performance support and cybersecurity risks. A system-wide inventory assessment conducted by the Office of Computing and Information Services, CIS, in collaboration with Campus Information Technology, IT leadership, identified that approximately 46% of existing Windows 10 computer workstations across CUNY will be replaced as a result of this purchase. This procurement will be administered through the Dormitory Authority of the State of New York under its IT capital projects process and will leverage an application of New York State Office of General Services contract. It will include approximately 13,800 devices and installation services at a not-to-exceed cost of $15,418,295, funded through existing capital allocations for university-wide technology modernization. Vice Chancellor and Chief Information Officer Eusebio Formoso is available to provide further background on this item or to answer any questions as needed. I move the approval of policy item 1B3. Do I have a second?
second,
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments on this? Seb, is this just for senior colleges or does this cover, is this system-wide?
This is just for the senior colleges. We are working on a separate similar procurement for the two-year schools. The reason we have to separate them is that the capital for the purchase for the two-year schools has to come in through OMB in New York City, while the capital for the senior schools comes in through the New York State DASNY.
It is so simple. Of course, everything we do is easy, right? Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor, please so indicate by raising a hand. Those opposed? Any abstentions? This matter is approved. Policy item 1B4 is a resolution to authorize a contract with Google LLC for a university-wide artificial intelligence research platform. The university seeks to establish a secure, scalable, and centrally managed AI research platform to support research, teaching, and innovation across all colleges, expanding equitable access to AI, machine learning, and cloud computing tools for students, faculty, and staff. The purchase is being made through the New York State OGS Information Technology Umbrella Contract number PM 67982, Group 73600, Award 22802, under which Google LLC is a contract holder and the reseller that will process the transaction will be determined once the mini bid is complete. The university is seeking to enter into a contract with Google LLC through an authorized reseller under the OGS contract for a term of 2 years from March 2026 to March 2028 in amount not to exceed $2,900,000. Interim Senior University Dean of Academic Innovation and Chief Academic Technology Officer Evan Silberman is available to provide further background as needed. I move the approval of policy item 1B4. Do I have a second?
second,
Are there any questions or comments on this? Seeing none, let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor, please so indicate. All opposed? Any abstentions? Seeing none, this matter is approved. Policy item 1B5 is a resolution to authorize a contract with Complete Book and Media Supply, Inc. for online and print books and other related products. The university is a member of the Educational Institutional Cooperative Services, Inc., E&I, a purchasing consortium, and has in place an agreement with Complete Book and Media Supply, Inc. for online and print books, subscription management, multimedia products, other related products, and services. The university has determined that the E&I consortium contract offers advantageous pricing and general terms that meet the university's form, function, and utility requirements, and has further negotiated additional discounts, rebates, and financial incentives. The university seeks approval to enter into an agreement with Complete Book and Media to make purchases under the existing E&I consortium contract for an amount not to exceed $7,500,000 over a period of 5 years from May 1st, 2026 to April 30th, 2031. Complete Book and Media Supply, Inc. is a New York State certified minority-owned business. Interim Dean of Libraries and Informational Resources, Michael Waldman, is available to provide further information. I move the approval of policy item 1B5. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any questions on this or comments? Seeing none, let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor, please so indicate. Those opposed? Any abstentions? Seeing none, this matter is approved. Policy item 1B6 is a resolution to authorize a contract with Bronx Community Health Network to hire a licensed clinical team for the Lehman College Student Health Center. The Lehman College Student Health Center provides preventative and primary healthcare services to students and seeks to enhance its capacity to deliver quality clinical care by engaging with a licensed clinical team. Lehman College issued a competitive sealed RFP on May 14, 2025. 3 responses were received, and Bronx Community Health Network was selected as the responsive and responsible proposer whose proposal best meets the needs of the college. The university is seeking approval to enter into a contract with Bronx Community Health Network to hire a licensed clinical team for Lehman College Student Health Center for a term of 5 years and an amount not to exceed $1,355,609.04. Lehman College Vice President of Administration and Finance, Bethania Ortega, is available to provide further background on this item as needed. I move the approval of policy item 1B6. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? I think this is great. I mean, I don't know if this is a model for other campuses or if it's a one-off, but it seems like something we certainly ought to be doing for our students. Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, proceed to a vote. All those in favor, please indicate. Those opposed? Any abstentions? None. This matter is approved. Policy item 1B7 is a resolution to approve the Personnel Matters Report of the Finance and Administration Committee. The January 2026 Personnel Matters Report is generated from employee data entered into the university system of record between October 20, 2025 and December 22nd, 2025, and does not contain appointments that have been submitted as individual resolutions. The report contains 25 ECP actions, including 16 regular appointments, 2 interim appointments, 3 resignations, and 4 salary increases. Executive Vice Chancellor and Chief Operating Officer Hector Batista is available to provide further information if needed. I move the approval of policy item 1B7. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any questions or discussion on the report? Proceed to a vote. All those in favor, please so indicate. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Seeing none, this matter is approved. Policy item 1B8 through 1B19 are resolutions to appoint regular and interim members of the Executive Compensation Plan. Policy item 8 at the central office is Sharissa Townsend, University Dean of Careers and Industry Partnerships. She was appointed with a request for a search waiver. Lauren Anderson, Vice Chancellor for Career Engagement and Industry Partnerships, is available if there are any questions. At Baruch College, Nuket Sandal, Dean for the Weissman School of Arts and Sciences. Baruch College President David Wu and Provost Linda Essig are available if needed. Policy items 10 and 11 at the Bureau of Manhattan Community College are Ralph Davis as Dean of Student Affairs and Joy Tolliver as Chief Campus Counsel and Assistant Vice President of Legal Affairs and Compliance. Julio Izquierdo, Vice President of Finance and Administration, is available if necessary. At Brooklyn College, Yasmin Ali, Vice President for Student Affairs, again with a request for a search waiver. Alan Gilbert, the Brooklyn College Senior Vice President of Administration and Finance, is available. At Bronx Community College, Andrea Pinnock as Vice President for Administration and Finance, and Sabina Rospide, I hope I didn't mispronounce your name too badly, as Chief Campus Counsel and Labor Designee. Larry Johnson, the President of Bronx Community College, is available if necessary. At Ostos Community College, Andrea Fabrizio as Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost. Daisy Coco de Filippis as President of Ostos Community College is available. At Hunter College, Erica Chito Childs as the Ruth and Harold Newman Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences. Manoj Pardesani, the Hunter College Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, is available. And the Kingsborough Community College, Sheila Thimba as Senior Vice President of Administration and Finance. Suri Deitch as President of Kingsborough is available. Policy item 18, Queens College, Carmen Cote as Dean of the Business School. Frank Wu, President of Queens College, is available. Queensborough Community College, Reem Jafar as Dean of Institutional Effectiveness. Christine Mangino, President of Queens Community College, is available if necessary. I move the approval of policy items 1B8 through 1B19. Do I have a second?
Second.
If anybody wants to pull any of them out, we can do it separately. Otherwise, we'll do them as a group. Any comments, questions, requests? Seeing none. Let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor, please so indicate. Those opposed, if any abstentions? None. This matter is approved. With no more items on the policy calendar, isn't that nice? I will address section 2, which are the information items. There are 2 information items on the agenda. Information item 2A is an update on the state executive budget. We'll call on Senior Vice Chancellor Kenneth Gardner to provide a report on this item. Ken?
Thank you. I'm going to share my screen. Please let me know if this works. Okay. Are you seeing it?
We're seeing that you're trying. There it is. Yes, it works.
Excellent. Okay, so this is going to be a high-level overview of the recent executive budget. So in terms of our operating support for senior colleges, one piece of really good news is that the $130 million for the PSC contract that we received last year, a baseline cost is continued, so we're not fighting that battle. The increment for FY 2027 was about $72 million. We received $36 million of increase here, leaving us an additional $36 million that we're still seeking. That's very similar, by the way, just with what we sort of the amount of the shortfall that we had last year as well, although our ask for collective bargaining was much larger because of the more raises coming in that year, plus we had the retroactive pay plus the lump sums. There are other new enhancements for the senior colleges. They gave us $24 million, which partially funds the cost of fringe benefits. And then another $10 million of items, $7 million of which is the 6.8 for CUNY Beyond, another $1 million for micro-credentials in math, another $1 million for micro-credentials in reading, and then $1 million to improve access at Medgar Evers, and $400,000 for emergency student aid. So if you add up the pieces, 36, right, 24, and then the 10, that's 70 million. What's not included in the executive budget are a bunch of items which were not included in last year's executive items, but made their way into the enacted budget. So you can see that there's the $4 million for the school of the medical school, which was the first time it was added last year. The rest of these have been added previously in that same time frame after exec and before the enacted budget. We're obviously going to be up there seeking to get all of those in the enacted budget before it's done.
So this is kind of, though, in keeping with what happened last year. Switching to the community college side, the good news here is that the funding floor is continued for the fourth consecutive year. So that provides significant funding for us, or keeps us from taking a cut. On Reconnect, they gave us an extra $4.2 million to expand the program. They authorized other high demand fields for program eligibility, and they removed for the nursing program a requirement that you don't otherwise have a bachelor's degree, which seems in keeping with the idea of increasing the number of nurses. Turned out, presumably, nobody who has a BSRN would be in the program, so additional nurses. Switching to capital, there's about $420 million of new capital in the plan. About 314 is for senior colleges, another 57 for the community colleges, and that's matching what the city has provided. Then there's a combination of $50 million for DASNY and CUCF, split 31 and 19 respectively. And then notably, the state also reappropriated about $4.6 billion in capital that had been appropriated in previous years. That's the general lie of the budget. I think our takeaway from this would be that this is pretty good start, not great. It leaves us with work to do up in Albany, but is not a bad jumping off spot, and in many ways feels familiar to how the situation looked at the executive budget last year. If there are questions, happy to answer those.
As always, we face challenges. The biggest challenges are that they've only funded about half of the PSC collective bargaining contract, and they've only funded less than half of the fringe benefit needs. And there are other mandatory increases, rent and energy, that they haven't funded. And that's our project for the next several weeks, to try to bring them around on these. I think you have your work cut out for you. And let me just add that, given that the city has now found itself with a $12 billion shortfall, we're not going to get a lot of relief from the city at this point. So we really have to work on getting the state to up its ante. And all the legislative items are always all the legislative items, and I know we'll be working on that. Any other thoughts or comments on our state budget situation? I'm not seeing any. I can't see everybody, so if you want to say something, say it now. Okay. Item 2B is the update on the one-time state funds. As you're aware, over the last 2 years, we got $40 and $50 million in state funds, and we have to be reported to on how that money has or is being spent. So Ken, will you go ahead with that?
Yes. So with regard to the $40 million strategic funds that was appropriated by the state in their fiscal year 2023, we have expended all of those dollars. We finished expending those in fiscal 25. In terms of the $50 million transformational funds, which were appropriated in the state fiscal year 2024, we have expended about just shy of $49 million, leaving us about $1.2 million, which is not yet spent.
Okay. And the areas where that money was spent was provided in the materials for this meeting. Does anybody have any questions or thoughts on it? I imagine we're not going to get another shot like that in this coming budget.
We live in hope.
Do more than hope. Hope is not a strategy.
That is correct.
All right. Any other comments or thoughts on this? Seeing none, with no more items on the agenda, I move that we adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any opposition to this motion? Seeing none, we stand adjourned.